Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Capricorn reading, active on the 29th of June. So there's a lot going on in the sky, but what this full moon, this lunation is bringing forward for us is a lot of the energy that we find in the moon card of the higher arcana. And that is this opportunity to allow a reveal to emerge from a hidden place, secrets that are revealed, information you didn't have is emerging from the space, in part because the moon is a completely different kind of energy. It's about our unconscious thoughts, our ability to recall the past, our memories. And these are sort of kicking up. And in Capricorn, after Jupiter has kind of set the stage for our emotional expansion, having just left Cancer, Capricorn is really more about the maturation that is a result of that expansion. Capricorn steps up. Capricorn feels its feelings and steps up and takes responsibility for them. So I see you doing something, setting out to create or change something that is a result of some past experience you've had. So let's get started with the wild unknown archetype, the underworld. Wow, this is kind of intense. And I'm going to read from the book so that we're clear. Other titles for this card are the ordeal or the bottom. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. It's the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. So, dear Cancer, you are facing your deepest fears, and this is the opportunity that offers you a deepening connection with yourself, with others, and to stand up for what is right. And this is clarified by the confidence card. I love this in the glyph deck because this is apparently a queen bee. The queen bee is all about the sacrifices necessary for the herd, the tribe, the hive. I guess it's the hive, not the herd. And also about being a leader, knowing that when you take a step from your incredible strength, from your knowledge, from your bravery, others follow you. Others have absolute confidence, in your ability to be strong, to take the right move, to lead the hive in the direction that it is intended to go, to get it right. Lovely energy. In the present, the Chariot card. So this is really impacting on your relationships. That is the area that is being lit up, particularly for those of you with Cancer rising. The Chariot really talks about not letting yourself be distracted by all the things that you ordinarily do. The needs of others, the needs of those who rely on you, even when they and you know that they can do these things on their own. But you are so helpful. And how much energy that sucks from you cannot be underestimated. That is a huge draw on your ability to move forward in something that is important to you, something that comes from your heart. And this can be the way that you want to care for a loved one, the way that you want to deepen the connection with a loved one, and the way that you want to honor those aspects of yourself that you usually keep hidden or bury. In the past, the High Priestess, one of your cards, as the moon is so prominently displayed, this is about your intuition, your ability, whether you see yourself as intuitive or sensitive or compassionate. You do have an ability to reflect on aspects of your past and your current environment. This is a natural ability to retreat into your feelings, your thoughts about your feelings, to allow yourself to take in information that's not that available to other people. And so you can, in some ways, be a witness to events in ways that allows you to observe your actions, observe the actions of others in order to identify the patterns that you are constantly reenacting, so that in this situation, you're making a different choice. You're prioritizing the needs of someone else through your own empowerment. In the future, the Page of Swords. This is you recognizing that you're in new turf here. And this can be in perhaps understanding a deep connection, a spouse, a family member, a sibling, a parent, really trying to understand what they need, what they want, what they desire. Understanding through their words, having conversations rather than making assumptions about what they need. This really elevates the idea of conversation, dialogue, discourse, so that you are exemplifying your curiosity rather than your knowledge or your assumptions. So this is about how expectations change. What you once thought you knew about someone who's important to you, you're now open to new information. You're open to listening to their recount of their experience or their story in a way that you are recognizing how much has changed, how much they've changed, and how their needs have changed. If this is resonating for you, Cancer, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and thank you for your presence here. I appreciate all of you and however you support me. And the High Priestess, 2 cards, please. The Queen of Cups. And, oh goodness, the 2 of Swords was on top. Let's take that. Okay, so the High Priestess. Another 2. So yes, you're reflecting on an important decision here. You have been for a while. Perhaps you've been working to find a solution to a long-standing problem that you've had. And this has a lot to do with how you take care of yourself and others. Your attention to your needs, your attention to the needs of those you care about, your ability to understand, you believe, what others are desiring without them telling you. So there is a decision, there is a kind of a crossroads you're at right now, wherein you are contemplating a direction that you have contemplated before. An instinctual urge to do something really different that sets you apart from your history of behaviors. Perhaps this is something you've spoken about before, but you're more concerned about how Your change, your effort, your movement in this new direction will impact those you love. It doesn't feel like a choice. It feels like something you've already understood you are compelled to do. And this can be about finding a solution to a long-standing need that you've always had. And that decision may be leading you into new conversations or arenas that are uncomfortable for you. Perhaps it is standing up to power in some way that does not feel secure, safe to do. And in that way, it stokes those fears. In the present, the Chariot card is clarified by the Four of Wands and the Empress. Wow, this is just beautiful energy. This is all about creating that foundation in your relationships, in your community, your sense of empowerment at the center of it all. Understanding that whatever you are moving towards, whatever your goal is, that it is coming from a place of not only acknowledging your desires, but allowing yourself to be celebrated, to be acknowledged, to be recognized for something, your centrality to what feels like the solution of a considerable problem, something that has undermined your foundation in the past. You're finding a solution to it, and it's ongoing. It's almost as though your remedy, your application of some remedy or cure to a problem has netted you a new role, a new job, a new position of authority, one that is self-generating, that actually is creating something new in your foundation, in your ability and the ability of an organization to work with the community or its clients, its customers, its students. Whatever that organization is, you're impacting that in an important way. You're balancing that out through your efforts. It's taking a lot for you to stand up to this, though. But you are more than equal to the match. You are not seen as a victim, no matter how much of a victim you may feel, no matter how daunting you may feel this facing an edifice, an organization, an institution may seem. You are seen as belonging, as having information to give, as information about how something can work. Because you've been doing it, you've been experimenting with this, and you know how something can work out, something that has created problems for you in the past. In the present, in the future rather, the Page of Cups, Page of Swords is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords. Yes. Oh boy, you've gained so much confidence from your current effort. This effort of standing up, speaking to those in authority, showing them, informing them, sharing your knowledge and your experience of how something can work to your benefit rather than being an obstacle. There's a lot invested in something that hasn't worked for you in the past. And yet you are knowledgeable about how that same investment or a different investment can yield something that works, something that supports you, something that supports the community. And then the future, the Page of Swords, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords. Your curiosity is creating institutional social change of some sort. it certainly comes in modestly to begin with. From not knowing how to begin, from feeling uncomfortable, afraid, to really determining that you simply come from the perspective of trying to understand, being curious, offering alternatives, introducing other kinds of information that institutions are not necessarily flexible enough to look for, to identify. Perhaps an institution is using outdated hardware, outdated software. Perhaps there's a glitch in the AI logarithms that it's using, particularly if it's a medical issue. The logarithms used or the AI is based on logarithms that come from incomplete data. A lot of medical data is skewed by demographics that are not properly noted or flagged. I know that seems kind of complicated, but the point is that institutions can be relying on inaccurate information. And it often comes in the form of shiny new AI that is flawed. And you're helping others to see that that is quite likely the case as far as solving something, making something better, improving upon a practice that has been creating damage for you in the past. This is quite heroic, Cancer. I pulled a card, stock, and the key word is slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. I think it's so interesting that I find this so humorous that it rhymes. But yes, these are big energies. And for the sensitive, compassionate Cancer, this can feel overwhelming. I can't believe that you are not already stuck in your tracks, slowed down, feeling like you're walking through mud or quicksand in this process anyway. So recognize your courage, the amount of knowledge that you are marshaling to move forward, to keep asking questions, to keep showing up, to holding others accountable, including yourself, towards the solution of a problem. Thank you so much, Cancer, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.